I'm Sean White, and today we're meditating on sleep. I have yet to find anyone who doesn't like sleep, right? With that being said, though, I also come across very few people that say that they get a good night's sleep consistently. For something that we love so much, the majority of us don't take our sleep cycles seriously. So being that this Friday is World Sleep Day, I thought it'd be the perfect time to talk about sleep, so let's get started. There are so many health benefits of a good night's sleep that it baffles me as to why people don't make this more of a priority in their lives. This is a time where our body and our mind get to rest and recover. So sleep will help improve our immune system functions, reduce inflammation, improve our moods, reduce our stress, allow us to concentrate better, increase our creativity, and help us maintain our body weight. And that's just a quick overview. This is also the time where our bodies work to repair damage that has occurred throughout the day. So it's good to give it adequate time to do that. Let's talk about how much sleep you need. Because this can vary greatly, not only person to person, but also depending on your age. For babies through preschoolers, who I'm assuming aren't watching this video, including naps, they need between 10 and 16 hours of sleep a day. So generally 12 to 16 hours for babies, 11 to 14 hours for toddlers, and 10 to 13 hours for preschoolers. School-age children need 9 to 12 hours of sleep, while teens need 8 to 10 hours. Adults come in last, needing a mere 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day. So how much sleep do you need? Well, I can't answer that because everyone is different and I don't know you well enough to give you an answer. You'll just kind of need to figure that out for yourself. I know that I need about 7.5 hours, generally speaking, because I pay attention to my sleep cycle quite a bit. Now, I will point out that 7 to 9 hours is a 2-hour gap, which can be huge. Right? If you need 9 hours of sleep and you're only getting 7, well, then you're creating a 2-hour sleep deficit every day. Right? That can impact your health greatly. And thinking that you can just sleep in on the weekends and make it up isn't accurate. So I always recommend trying for 9 hours to begin with. And if you find you're consistently getting up after only 8, well, there you go. You have your answer. Now also keep in mind that the amount of sleep you need may change over time, just like it did as you got older. Although the idea that you'll need less sleep as you get older is actually a bit of a myth. So let's talk about tips for getting a better night's sleep. Let's start with your bedroom, right? Make sure it's a space that you feel comfortable in. Messy, disorganized spaces can create stress and anxiety, which are the last two things that you want when you're trying to go to sleep. We also want to keep our bedrooms dark and cool. Light disrupts our sleep cycle, so that's why we want to keep it dark. And our body temperature drops while we sleep, so that's why we want the room to be cooler. This way there's not a large contrast in temperature, which can impact our sleep. Now, this is also why we don't want to do any strenuous exercise close to bedtime. Sleeping is our time to rest and recover, so we don't want to elevate our blood pressure and raise our body temperature. It kind of goes against everything that our body is trying to do. To the same point, we don't want to eat too close to bedtime either, right? Digesting our food takes a huge amount of energy, and our body is trying to slow everything down while we sleep. So eating right before bed is asking your body to do a lot of work with diminished capacity. Avoiding alcohol is important before bedtime. It may help you fall asleep faster because of its sedative properties, but it's potentially going to cause disruption in your sleep cycle as your liver enzyme metabolize the alcohol. Right. Alcohol also suppresses breathing and can cause sleep apnea, which will affect your sleep. Caffeine should also be avoided. One study found that consuming caffeine 6 hours before bedtime reduced total sleep time by 1 hour, which is huge, right? These effects can also be stronger in older adults. Now, one that I'm sure that you've heard already is to turn off your phone and TV before bed. We already mentioned that light disrupts your sleep cycle, but blue light from devices messes with your body's ability to prepare for sleep because it blocks a hormone called melatonin, which makes you sleepy. Now, you might say, well, I use blue light blocking glasses, or I change the screen color. And I'll say, if you can't go without your phone, tablet, computer, or television for a half an hour before bed, you should really rethink your relationship with your devices. But that's a completely different video. So now, if you would like to read before bed, that's great. Reading has been shown to reduce stress before sleep. Just don't use your phone or tablet, right? I prefer a good old-fashioned book or a magazine, but you can also use a non-blue light e-reader as well. Now, I also want to mention here the two things that I highly recommend when you get up in the morning. First is to drink a glass of water. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps, to immediately rehydrate the body. 8 hours is a long time to go without drinking anything. So drinking a glass or two of water right when you wake up is a good way to quickly rehydrate your body. Also, stretching first thing in the morning can relieve any tension or pain from sleeping the night before. You just spend a lot of time not moving, unless you toss and turn like I do, so your muscles most likely will be a bit tight. Stretching also helps increase your blood flow and prepares your body for the day ahead. Now, the biggest thing that you can do to help yourself with this is to create a consistent sleep routine. These tips are great for helping you to get better night's sleep, but we don't want just better, right? We want great sleep. So you can look online and find out how to create a sleep routine, or I also offer a workshop on creating a sleep routine that you can book. We tend to go a lot further in depth than the tips I mentioned here or any of the articles or videos that I've seen because we would be tailoring it just for you. So that's just something to think about if you're really struggling to get a good night's sleep. Now, if you like this video, then click the like button and share it with your friends. If you want to hear more of what I got to say, then subscribe, turn on notification, and find out when new videos are coming out. And leave me some comments down below. Do you feel like you get enough sleep? Do you have a sleep routine? Let me know. And until we speak again, be well, be safe, be kind to everybody, and get some sleep.